Princess Sophia was sitting in the castle garden, playing with Clover the rabbit, when a royal messenger rushed in carrying a golden envelope. "Your Highness, an invitation," he announced, bowing deeply. Sophia opened the envelope and read aloud. "The Great Royal Cook Competition. All princesses, princes, and even magical guests are invited to join the kingdom's funniest cooking contest. The winner shall be crowned the chief cook of the kingdom." Sophia's eyes sparkled. She loved helping in the kitchen, though sometimes she ended up spilling flour everywhere. "I want to join," Sophia said excitedly. "But it would be more fun with a friend." Just then, a gentle breeze carried a long golden strand of hair into Sophia's lap. She looked up. Rapunzel was waving from the castle tower nearby. "Did I hear something about cooking?" Rapunzel asked, climbing down with her magical hair like a slide. Sophia giggled. "Rapunzel, perfect timing. Will you join the competition with me?" Rapunzel twirled her frying pan like a sword. "Of course. Let's win this together." The next morning, Sophia and Rapunzel arrived at the grand royal kitchen hall. Banners with spoons and forks decorated the walls. The judge, a chubby man in a tall hat named Chef Bnghy, stood at the front. "Welcome, young chefs," he boomed. "Today you will cook dishes in 10 rounds. But beware, each round has silly rules." He read from a scroll. "Round 1. Cook using only one hand. Round 2. Cook while hopping on one foot. Round 3. Use a mystery ingredient that might be candy worms. Round 4. No spoons allowed. Round 5. Cook blindfolded." Everyone gasped and laughed. Rapunzel whispered, "I'm not sure if this is a cooking competition or a circus." Sophia giggled, "It may be both." The first challenge began. Sophia and Rapunzel had to flip pancakes using only one hand. Sophia tried to crack an egg, but, splat, the yolk landed on her dress instead of the pan. Rapunzel, on the other hand, used her magical hair to help. She whisked the batter with one hand while her hair grabbed the spatula and flipped the pancake. "Hey, no fair!" shouted Prince Hugo from across the room. "She has extra hair hands." The judge laughed. The rules didn't say anything about hair. Sophia and Rapunzel high-fived. Their pancakes were fluffy, golden, and shaped like stars. "Now make soup," Chef Bnghy announced, "but you must hop on one foot the whole time." Everyone bounced around like kangaroos. Soup pots rattled and splashed. One prince fell into his own cauldron with a loud plop. Sophia balanced carefully, holding carrots in one hand and hopping. Rapunzel, however, lost her balance and her long hair dipped into the soup pot. When she pulled it out, noodles were tangled in her braid. "Rapunzel noodle soup. Anyone?" as she joked. Everyone laughed, even the judge. Somehow, despite the mess, their soup tasted delicious. Today's secret ingredient is... Chef Bnghy lifted a silver lid. "Gummy worms." All the contestants groaned. How do we put candy worms in royal food? Sofia whispered. Rapunzel winked. Easy. We make dessert pizza. They spread chocolate sauce on a crust, sprinkled marshmallows, and used gummy worms as toppings. It looked silly, but when the judge took a bite, his eyes went wide. This is the weirdest and tastiest pizza I've ever had. Meanwhile, Prince Hugo tried to hide his burnt gummy pie under whipped cream. The cream exploded all over his face. The hall roared with laughter. Next challenge, the judge shouted. Make rice pudding, but no spoons. How do we stir without spoons? Sofia asked. Rapunzel shrugged. Improvise. Sofia used a giant carrot as a spoon. Rapunzel used, of course, her frying pan. She swirled the pudding around like she was painting. Clover the rabbit snuck in and tried to nibble the pudding. Sofia shooed him away, but not before he left tiny paw prints across the dish. The judge thought it was a creative decoration. Their pudding won the round again. The funniest round had arrived. Everyone had to cook blindfolded. Sofia tied the cloth over her eyes and tried to find the flour. Instead, she grabbed the sugar jar and poured way too much into the bowl. Rapunzel accidentally cracked eggs onto the floor instead of the pan. Splash! Prince Hugo bumped into the table, knocking over milk that spilled everywhere. It turned into a slippery skating rink. Sofia and Rapunzel laughed so hard they couldn't even finish properly, but their sweet accidental cake turned out fluffy and tasty. This round is simple, said Chef BNGHY. Build the tallest sandwich you can. The kitchen turned into a sandwich city. Loaves of bread stacked like skyscrapers. Cheese slices dangled like flags. Sofia and Rapunzel built their sandwich with layers of lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, and gummy worms. Rapunzel thought they were funny. It wobbled dangerously but stood taller than anyone else's. When the judge measured it, their sandwich tower was 3 feet tall. But then, crash! Prince Hugo sneezed, and his sandwich toppled like an avalanche of bread. Everyone roared with laughter again. Final round. Chef BNGHY announced. Make the grandest dessert fit for a king and queen. Sofia and Rapunzel whispered ideas. What if we make a cake shaped like a castle? Yes. And let's add sparkles of magic. Rapunzel suggested. They worked together, baking a huge cake shaped like Enchantia Castle. Sofia used her amulet of Avalor to sprinkle magical sparkles that made the frosting glow. Rapunzel braided spun sugar into golden towers. When they presented it, the entire hall gasped. It's glowing. Chef BNGHY said, amazed. Meanwhile, Prince Hugo's dessert collapsed into a giant pudding puddle. He sighed, and maybe I'm better at eating than cooking. The judge stood proudly in front of everyone. This was the funniest, silliest, most delicious competition ever. But the winners with their creativity, teamwork, and laughter, are Princess Sophia and Princess Rapunzel. Confetti rained down. The girls received golden chef hats and were crowned chief cooks of the kingdom. Sophia giggled, "We may not be perfect cooks, but we're the funniest ones." Rapunzel twirled her frying pan proudly. And that's what makes cooking magical. Everyone cheered. Even Prince Hugo clapped and said, "And next year, I'll just bring snacks instead." And so, Sophia and Rapunzel proved that cooking wasn't just about food. It was about fun, friendship, and a little bit of magic.